is rightfully theirs. Will they be able to break the stalemate and come out on top against the Washington Wizards? Round one of the NBA playoffs continues.
We're ready for Game 3 on 2K Sports. It's the Eastern Conference quarterfinals and a series that's all knotted up in one apiece. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Derek Lively is out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Anderson in at the 2-guard. And for Washington, we've got Cam Whitmore. He's out there with Keyshawn George. Johnson is out there with Sarr. Taking a look at the Wizards, they may be the lower seed, but they have a chance to take the lead in this series.
Yeah, and they've done well to get this series tied at one game apiece. Now they need to take control, and to do that, they've got to defend their house.
Johnson on the wing. Inside, and finished off by Sarr.
Yeah, easy enough for the 7-footer. Sarr bringing the house down.
Booker with a screen on Johnson. Here's Anderson. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
As pretty much any coach, that's how he'd like to start the game.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian Keith had a few moments to share with me. Tonight, his team has a huge assignment, containing all-star guard Devin Booker. He told me Devin is as good as it gets at the 2. He's always applying pressure. His shooting is great, but we don't talk about Book's ball handling enough. He is lethal in that regard as well. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. Pass to Sarr. Here's Johnson.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Clock at 6 to the paint. Here's Sarr. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling. That's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Back to Daniels. Pass to Anderson. Gets stolen by Johnson. Dives for it. Stolen by Anderson. Jacks up a 3. Sarr pulls it in.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
There's the drive. Johnson for 3. Lively grabs a miss.
Boy, just a tough time making shots. Only 1 for 5. They just need to settle in here.
Back to Anderson. Off with the layup. Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Back to Daniels. Kicks it out to Anderson. McDaniels, a screen on Johnson. Anderson can't get it to go.
This guy just simply can't find his rhythm, and sometimes that happens.
Washington moving the ball around. To the middle. Here's Sarr to win the drought, and that's 2 points on the layup. Sarr's got his second basket of the game.
Well, you have to track Sarr in that action. He's so fluid for his size. He does a great job coming off the pick.
Pass to Booker. Fires for 3. Rebound, Washington.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open, and yet somehow comes away empty.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Outside Johnson. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Anderson against Johnson. Anderson can't get it to go.
At some point, you start to think about getting others involved. It has been a struggle.
Back to Whitmore. Launches it. Anderson pulls it down. Toronto trailing. Booker, pass to Lively. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Sarr.
Derek Lively, one of those guys so easy to root for. Plays with a high motor. He's all about winning. A very team-oriented guy.
A new lineup here for Washington. So Toronto going with almost an entire new group here. Bol, he's checked in for McDaniels. Zach LaVine comes in for Thibault. Walter, he's checked in for Anderson. And it's Ja Morant in for Devin Booker. Now here's George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Washington needs to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Kispert. And he can't get that one. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Raptors. They trail by 1. Screen by Lively. And Morant gets it to go.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
A minute 4 left to play in the first quarter. To the inside. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now here's Morant. Here's LaVine for 3. Kispert with some nice D. Down low.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Washington shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. Johnson, he's checked in for Washington. Toronto also changed it up. O'Neal comes in for Lively. And it's Devin Booker in for Walter. There's 37 seconds left in the opening quarter. Here's Morant. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
What determination from Morant in the paint, getting his shot off despite being fouled.
Toronto making a switch here. Hayden's checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Washington has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. 19 seconds left in the first quarter here. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
I mean, he's lost the ball 3 times already. Where's his focus?
The Raptors have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. Bol, a screen on Johnson. Bol down low. Pass to Morant. Now here's Booker from deep. That shot missing. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the... And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Devin Booker, Zach LaVine out there with Royce O'Neal. Then it's Bol, and it's Morant in at the point guard position. George finds Johnson. Hendricks. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Yeah, just catching your teammate in stride right there. That makes the game easy.
And here's Booker. No made baskets yet. Booker with the finish inside.
I love that Devin Booker isn't afraid to mix things up on the offensive end. Trying to score inside and does just that.
Pass to Johnson. Six on the shot clock. Tries the spin move. Nice shot by George.
Wow, Keontae George flashing those handles. Nasty stuff.
Now O'Neal. Back to Booker. Can't get it to drop. Johnson with the defensive effort.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
To the left wing. Washington moving the ball around. Back to George. Pass to Kispert. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. And the Wizards lead by 6.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Oh, screen on George. Morant past the bowl. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
That's where they'd like all their shots to come from.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Anderson's checked in for Toronto. Inside. Morant against George. And stolen by Booker. Here comes Toronto on the push. Anderson with space. And he gets it to go. Now 2 of 6 in the game.
Now, this is a guy who wants to score, so don't let him catch a rhythm.
Kispert outside. George peels it out a bit. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Over Booker. The shot by Johnson, no good. And Levine has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Now Morant. Goss slithers his way in. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. To the wing on the left. Here's Finney-Smith. And another miss by Washington.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, leaves him all by himself. Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Washington making some changes. Sarge checked in for Finney-Smith. Whitmore comes in for Kispert. And it's George in for Johnson. Outside Whitmore. Fades. Sarr misses.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
George for 3. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Minute 32 left in the first half. Pass to Levine. Back to Morant from behind the arc. That one misses. He's 1 for 3. Wizards leading by 3. Over to the wing. Back to Whitmore. Sarr with a screen on Anderson. To the middle. Sarr misses.
But the defense hanging in right there, making that shot really difficult.
Morant, no good. For Washington, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. And all around the rim that time before dropping. And the Wizards lead by 5.
I love it. Instead of going ISO, you make a play for someone else.
Pass to Anderson. Back to Morant. Outside Anderson. Up at the strike. The shot comes out.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
For 3, George. It's rebounded by Levine. Here's Anderson. He's off on the layup. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Washington. They're up by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserve.
Looking at how the Wizards are doing in this series. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And thanks for sticking with us as this round one game continues. Raptors trail by 5. Cam Whitmore out there with Alexander Sarr. And then it's Keyshawn George. Then there's Johnson. That's the group for Washington right now. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, excellent way to add the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflated to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
And finished off by Sarr.
Oh, Alex Sarr with authority, finishing serve.
Now Anderson, 9 points in the game. Outside Booker, beyond the arc. And it's Whitmore with the rebound.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
To the paint. Here's Sarr. Oh, he slams it down right on top of Devin Booker.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Now here's Booker. Pass to Anderson. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Sarr, and another basket for Washington.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Anderson against Johnson. And finished off by Anderson.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Now here's Johnson. Shoots over Booker. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half. Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. George outside. Sarr against Lively. Sarr misses. Raptors trail by 6. Outside, Anderson. Uneasy, too, on the layup. Anderson's got 15 points.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
The Wizards have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. George outside, puts up a 3, sinks the tray. George has got his first 3 points of the game.
Imagine how much bigger this lead might be if he were a little more selfish.
It's Anderson on the wing. Shoots over Johnson. And there's Anderson. That one's good. On the assist from Booker.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Washington making some changes. Kispert's checked in for Whitmore, and it's Keontae George in for George. Toronto also changing it up. Bowl, he's checked in for Lively. Zach Levine comes in for McDaniels, and it's Morant in for Thibault. Levine challenging. Anderson gets the bucket. Now just a three-point Wizard lead.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Gastasar. Here's the three. Rebound Toronto. Outside Morant. Morant taking no chances on the flush.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Johnson with it. Guarded now by Anderson. Sarr against Bull. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Bull.
Yeah, and the potential Sarr has is enticing. He's a talented, mobile big man who wants to keep improving.
Hendricks is checked in for Johnson. Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. 1:35 left in the third quarter. Pass to Levine for the tie. He can't get it to go.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it showed right there.
Let's go with a three. Count it from distance. He has 7.
Boy, that's just inviting trouble. Defensively, you simply can't give him that much space.
Now here's Anderson. Tightly guarded. Uses the glass on the layup.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
54 seconds left in the third quarter. Kispert outside. There's the triple. And the Wizards with another three.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Here's Morant. He's got 5. Levine passes to Morant. Levine with it. Back to Morant. 6 to shoot. Rebound by the Wizards. Hendricks has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And so it's Washington with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. Great to have you with us again as we return to our coverage of round 1. So for the Raptors right now, Devin Booker out there with Ja Morant. Then it's Bull, then it's Walter, and it's Levine in at the small forward position. Pass to Hendricks. Washington moving the ball around. George for 3. It's rebounded by Levine. Levine's got his 4th rebound in this one. And then Morant with the dunk.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Washington. They've led by as much as 10. Oh, stolen by Morant. Pass to Booker from downtown. Nails it from 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Wizards leading by 4. George outside. And here's Johnson. Launches a 3. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got his 3rd assist of the night.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
It's stolen by Johnson. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Anderson's checked in for Zach LaVine. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Brian Keefe was saying to the team. He loved their effort tonight. He said, quote, "This is how we wanted to come into this, looking to push the action, dictating the tempo. We are where we need to be to even things up." Of course, he's talking about the season series. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. Walters from outside. The shot misses.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Now the Wizards in transition. For three, George knocks down the triple. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
I just love the ball movement.
Raptors trail by 16. Now here's Anderson to stop the run. And it's good on the lay-in. Anderson's got 17 now, just in the second half. For Washington, they've gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the fourth. Clock at 6. From deep. The three ball is down.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
George against Morant. Puts up the tray. Oh, it misses. And Washington with possession. Some momentum. A 15-2 run underway. Oh, it's off. Raptors trail by 17. Lets it go from 14. That misses. Johnson outside. And there's a pick. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul. Now a timeout called by Washington. They're in front by 17. And some changes here for the Raptors. Lively, he's checked in for Bull. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Walter. And it's Steibel in for Ja Morant. And with this brief pause, let's take a look at our player of the game.
What an unbelievable offensive performance from him tonight. I mean, it's been crazy fun to watch him just go off. I mean, the defense had no chance. He just kept scoring over and over again.
And this is still anyone's series. So the way he has stepped up is crucial, showing that he has what it takes to deliver on the big stage. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Amazing individual performance, but you'd like to see more guys start to get involved. I don't know if he can do it alone.
From 13, McDaniels with a rebound. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's a 16-point game.
And that'll wrap up Game 3. Now we'll look ahead towards an important Game 4 for the Wizards.
Man, the bench brought lots of energy tonight.
I'll tell you, when your reserves can score it like that, it puts your team in a great position to win.
And in what could be a series-defining victory, they go up 2 games to 1.
And both teams knew tonight would be important. The winner captures momentum going into Game 4. It's been an interesting matchup.
So Washington going with an almost entire new group here.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Anderson. That one's no good.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
And yep, it's good. And the Wizards lead by 19.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Booker, the pass to Anderson. It's money from deep.
3-point field goal.
Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Count it!
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
From downtown, it's good from beyond the arc. The first one falls. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Walter. Oh, denied. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. And this is a critical win for them. They grab the lead in the